Welcome back, everyone, to Togonzo Tech. Today we're going to be looking at AOMEI Disk Backupper, or I guess you could call it AOMEI Backupper. It is a cloning software, free for Windows PC. You can download it for freeware at this website. The website will be in the down below in the description. Gives you a little tutorial here on how to clone your drives, and it also has these specific versions that you can use. I wanted to bring to your attention. You got the Backupper Standard, that's free. Professional, you pay for, but you also have these other specific versions like Workstation, Server, Technician, and Technician Plus. Let's look at the edition comparisons here. The prices range from free to $700, but if you look, standard, you get all that from technical support. Let's see, technical support. Sorry, I'm getting all tongue-tied here. During business hours, all Windows PC systems. You don't get the server stuff. That is part of the server program and the Technician Plus. Workstation is also part of a specific build, but you also, that's for the features. But let's look at backup. You get almost everything in here. Cloud backup on the free version, you get a 15-day trial, and for sync, you get basic sync, verify integrity, sync deletions. That's all in the freeware. Everything else, all the other versions, the paid versions, you get mirror sync, two-way sync, and real-time sync. For restore, you get everything in the free version except Universal Restore, which is all part of the other packages. Cloning, you get partition clone, SSD alignment, and sector by clone. But you do not get the system clone. You can adjust partition size and add unused space and the dynamic disk volume clone. All four of those features are part of the paid versions. And you also get these tools. Create bootable media is available. Comment backup, compress backup image, merge backup images. Now the other features that you get with the paid versions are Explorer image, recovery environment, disk wipe, email notification, command line utility, pre-post command, the PXE boot tool, which is great if you're still running a PXE boot environment off your network, image deploy tool, and you can create a portable version. And that's all in the Technician and Technician Plus. So, yeah, this is some impressive software, and I like how it looks. I've already got it running here. And you got a very simple interface. The settings are very simple. Let's check the settings. You can enable email or SMS notifications. Your backup mode can be either intelligent sector or make an exact. And the backup servers could use Microsoft BSS or AOMEI's own backup service. Your advanced is normal compression. You can split the image file or have it set to automatic. It'll be recommended. But you can also add a custom size or a predetermined size. Then you can check out these little check marks here. Automatic check for backup on completion. That'll verify that your backup is good. Enable program windows self-adaptive to screen resolution and DPI settings. That's also good, especially in a recovery environment where sometimes even when I booted to a Macrium Reflect recovery CD, I was limited to 640. So I had to recreate the recovery environment. This probably solves that issue with their own software, and you can join your user experience program and all the other stuff. The options are very simple and straightforward. So let's get right into it. We're going to create a clone. This is what I like doing, a system clone. And I'm going to do I like doing the disk clone myself instead of the actual system clone. Even though I'm going to clone my Windows drive, I like doing the disk clone itself, and I like choosing my, let's see what we got here. I want to make sure I got the right disk here. Let me go back real quick. I'm going to make sure system clone. Let's try the system clone. Disk 0 should be, yep, that's my 500 gig drive. So we're going to go disk 0. Please select the disk as new location for the system. Okay, it wants out. Oh, wait a minute here. Hold up. Let's do a back. Let's. I thought this would do an image, a clone, disk clone, partition clone. I was thinking this would do an image. Instead of a clone. Let me see. System backup, disk backup hard drives to an image file. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. All right. We can add our disk 0. Yep, that looks good. And the backup folder will be, I don't want it on F drive. F drive is my rotational hard drive. So we're going to move it to my other SSD, my D drive, because I like showing you the speed at which you can back up an NVMe to another NVMe drive. So let's do that. This one is a Western Digital NVMe, and this is my Crucial P3. That's the way I want to do it. Let's get a load of this thing and see how long it takes. Typically, it only takes other software I've used, Macrum Recollect and other software. It only takes about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to clone a disk. And the clone is usually around 40, maybe 33 to 40 gigabytes, which isn't bad. It's very impressive, considering how cheap disk space is. We're going at 20% and decent clip here. I also want to point out something as soon as this image is complete. Something else that impressed me is the recovery environment that you can boot into. AOMEI has AOMEI supports 2 specific ways to boot into their recovery environment. You've got the classic Windows PE environment that is very popular around other software backup tools like Macrum Recollect and the others, but also AOMEI supports Linux. You can create a Linux recovery environment. Now that's impressive. That's covering your bases. And we're at 80% here, just chugging along. We're almost finished. Backup completed session. Yeah. Okay, what we got here? I've already created the recovery environment, but I'm going to go ahead and click that. Let's see. That's if I wanted to enable that on my current drive, which I don't want to do. I've already did this. Let's see. We can go ahead and click the finish. There's my disk backup. And let's go take a look at that real quick. Let's go look at the size of that. There we go. 38 gig. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's what I about expected. Yeah, that's consistent with everything else I've tried. And now I want to show you this, the tools here. You can explore image recovery environment. You can wipe a disk. You can create a portable version, but that's only in the tech version. But right here is the create bootable media. Create bootable tool and the recovery environment tool cannot run at the same time. Okay, why is that? I already backed up. I wanted to show you that. Let me pause this and then let me see what's going on here and see if I can fix it. All right, I fixed it. It was a small little pop-up on the back in the background. But if you go here to create bootable media, right here, you get the Windows PE or you get a Linux bootable environment. So I thought that was pretty cool. I really like that. So I'll tell you what. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this video and go to my phone, because I want to really show how this works here. We're going to go to my phone and I'm going to restore the image I just created to my drive. And that's happening next. We'll see you on the flip side. There we go. I think I fixed it. Now it should boot from my USB stick. And I'm going to do the override to make sure. Yep, Patriot memory. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Here we go. And AMPE, that is the recovery environment for AOMEI. So let's go ahead and launch that. We're going to boot that. I guess normal mode. See what happens. And see how it fares. Here we go, AOMEI Backupper. If this bombs or ruins me, I'm all right. I've got another backup I made, so it won't be that horrifying. Backup management. Oh, let's see. That's my backup. I've already backed it up. So restore. Select an image file, and I put it on my D drive. So let's go D, and I don't see it anywhere. Where did it go? Hold up. Let me cancel out of this real quick and see where. Yeah, where is it? I know I have an image. You've seen me make it. Okay, select an image file. I didn't put it on F drive. I don't think it should be on my D drive. This PC D. Did it go in disk backup? That's it right there, ain't it? Yep, that must be it. There it is. Restore the entire disk. Let's go ahead and try that. Restore the entire disk. Yep. And go to next. Select the destination for the disk image you want to restore. That's it. That is the destination. It is C drive. I don't want to screw anything up. Well, let me double check that. Restore the entire disk. Yep. The destination is C drive. Yep. That is it. After the operation, the existing partitions on the destination disk will be overwritten and deleted, so we suggest you back up them first, which is we already did. I already got a backup just in case this backfires. So we're going to start the restore and see how long it takes and see what happens after it boots up. 25% already. That's impressive. Then 50. Not too bad. Just had a little bitty issues of trying to find everything. But this right here is the moment of truth. Now I expect when I get back to Windows, I expect to have I expect to have to reset my PIN number and all that. But other than that, I expect the system to be perfect, just as perfect as my backup. 62%. I do have one little complaint so far. It doesn't show you a progress. I mean, it shows you the progress, circle, but it doesn't tell you the speed at which everything is restoring. Kind of wish that was. I kind of wish that was that was on there. And so far we're at what, 4 minutes here, 5 minutes, give or take. Usually, typically, in my experience, a restore. And it all depends on the source and destination drives, but since these are NVMe drives, it shouldn't be that long. Usually a restore would take around, I'd say 7 to 10 minutes, I'd say, typically, which isn't too bad. 75%. Here we go, and that is done. 5.5 minutes, it's looking like. That is impressive. The operation is completed. Finish. Reload disks. And let's exit out of here and reboot and see what happens. And pull the USB stick out. There we go. We are rebooting. And it should load right into Windows. Oh yeah. And I expect to have a PIN number I have to fix. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's see, 1180. And we're good. No, it worked out very well. I'm impressed. It is basically as painless and seamless as other software I've used. The only issue is it does take some getting. If you come from a Backroom Reflect and you go to AOMEI, there's a slight little learning curve. Not too horrifying, not too bad. But yeah, this was pretty decent. The recovery only took 5 minutes, and you see it right here. Now let me switch back to the desktop and give you my final words. And that was painless. That was pretty seamless. AOMEI's Backupper really worked there. It's very impressive. It has a little bit of, as I mentioned, it does have a learning curve with the user interface. But other than that, once you learn it, it's phenomenal. With Macrium getting rid of their free version, I can see myself definitely purchasing this software. It actually did what it said it was going to do. And usually I have issues with software that is like that. I remember years ago when I first got my first solid state drive, it was a 128 gigabyte Kingston that came with a Cronus True Image, and it never worked. It never worked. Every time when I tried to image my drive and restore it, when Windows loaded, it would blink. The screen would blink rapidly. And I had to, I'm scrambling trying to figure out what the deal here, and that's when I learned of Macrium Reflect. Macrium Reflect worked the first time and every time I've ever used it, and now I've got another one, AOMEI Backupper. It works perfectly and seamlessly. And I also think that the UI, the user interface, is a lot more streamlined and not as heavy on system resources as other software like Macrium and Acronis. Very well done. I'm impressed. And the fact that it has it can have a Windows PE environment, or rescue environment, or a Linux rescue environment, covers all the bases. Check it out for yourself. Everything, the website is, and then the link is in the description. That is AOMEI Backupper. And if you like what you see, ring the bell, subscribe to Togonzo Media. Thanks for watching.